Good morning, gang. It's Monday, February 11th, 2019, and just a quick story here. Basically, this is from The Guardian, and it's plummeting insect numbers threaten to collapse nature. And it's an interesting story, and it is a problem. I know this for a fact, but basically, I want to give you another point of view on this, another perspective on this. Well, they want to spend lots and lots of money trying to figure out what's killing off the insect life on planet Earth. I'm thinking we already know the answers to this. And one of them, of course, is chemtrails. Now, I know that that goes into quote unquote conspiracy theory land. It's not a conspiracy theory, it's a fact. NASA has admitted it. The federal government has admitted chemtrails. What they're not admitting is why they're doing it with any with any authority anyway. Um, I want to bring that up because they're spraying so high, and I don't know if it's a combination or a synergy effect, but they're spraying so high, they're affecting the ozone layer. If if you watch the news and if you sunbathe regularly or whatever, or you send your kids outside, the UV index is off the charts lately, and especially during the summer. And it never used to be that high. You never used to go outside. I'm 47 years old, by the way, and when I was a kid, you didn't burn after being outside in the sun for an hour. I mean, it took many hours of being in the sun before you got a sunburn. And now you get a burn, being out there half an hour to an hour, it seems like, on some days. Well, that's because there's a lot more UV radiation getting through the ozone layer because the ozone layer is thinning out. And I think the chemtrails kind of synergistically destroy the ozone layer just where they're spraying them. And then not only that, but also too, they're spraying us with something, and I don't know what it is. It might be affecting the insects. It could be the UV affecting the insects, or it could be the chemicals they're dropping. You know, I think aluminum is a constituent of this. And by the way, this could be easily looked up. There's a lot of people that look into these chemtrails, and I'm not going to get into that in a big way today because I just wanted to promote a few ideas of why the insects may be dying off. But the other one is glyphosate, and that's in Roundup herbicide. I know that everyone's familiar with Roundup. If you look in virtually anyone's garage in America, I'd say probably more than half of them have that Roundup spray. And you think that, along with, of course, glyphosate in all the pesticides, insecticides that farmers use, that is, if they do use them, they used to for sure. And the fact that glyphosate has now been found everywhere, everywhere. Anywhere they test the air, the water, and it doesn't matter if it's a well or city water, they find glyphosate in it. And they've never done any 100% ironclad definitive studies on the long-term effects of glyphosate. Neither have they done that on what they're spraying us with chemtrails either, I don't think, because if they did any real studies, they'd find out they're probably killing off, not only the insects, but the animal kingdom as well, including humans. And maybe that's their intention, is to actually reduce the population of the planet by doing these things. But the insects are an integral part of basically the ecosystem here on Earth. Everybody knows this. Not only do they are they a food supply to many mammals, but look at the bees. I meant the bees. They pollinate everything we eat. So not everything, but almost everything. So we kind of need the bees, unless we're going to go hand pollinate everything on the planet. The bees, the busy bees, take care of that for us. But I'm going to go ahead and link this article below so you can read it. It is from The Guardian, and it is interesting. And I want you to consider the things that I had said here about the other aspects of it. What could be the problem? Could man be intentionally doing this or on a governmental level, and then unknowingly by just using glyphosate, Roundup herbicide? Just to get rid of those pesky weeds in your driveway or something like that. There's other ways of doing it, but the easiest way, of course, is to buy yourself a bottle of Roundup and then spray the weeds in your driveway, and you can get rid of them. But that may be affecting the planet, on a grand scale because so many people use it. So, at any rate, that's just food for thought. I'd like to, first of all, thank you for spending a few minutes with us today. And I hope that you do take a further look at this article. And I will probably comment on things like chemtrails and Roundup in a much, much greater depth at a later point in another video. But I did want you to see that this is a brand new, fresh story, and it is interesting, and it is something that we need to pay attention to. It's really important. I hope all of you have a wonderful day.